Hello and welcome back. Today we have Platinum Review number 6, Sackboy, A Big Adventure. Developed by Sumo Digital and published by Sony Interactive Entertainment, Sackboy is the follow-up spin-off to Little Big Planet 3. Different this time is a fully 3D perspective in this platformer that, unlike the other mainline titles, does not have a create mode, only a story mode. Released exclusively on PlayStation consoles in 2020, it is the PlayStation 5 version that I played, although it was later ported to Windows in 2022. The game can be played solo or co-op, but some levels do require a second player for completion, so keep this in mind. Personally, I played through the story as a co-op experience with Phantom Violet 117. Check out our channel with the link in the description. The game is amazing no matter how you play, but truly shines in co-op, so I recommend playing with a friend. The game begins with a brief introduction to the Imagisphere and Sackboy's home planet, Craftworld.
Let me tell you about a very special place. It's called the Imagisphere, and it's made up of all the creative thoughts and ideas anyone has ever had. Yes, that's right, even yours. And they all come together to make a planet we call Craftworld. Oh, it's such a peaceful and friendly place. Our story starts in the village of Loom, home to the Sackfolk, Craftworld's gentlest, most enterprising creatures.
The normally peaceful world is soon disrupted by an unwelcome guest, Vex.
Oh, I do love a warm welcome! But don't tell me you don't recognize your old pal Vex. You know, bringer of nightmares, master of the uproar, life of the party! I'm here with a very exciting opportunity. No, really, you're gonna love it. I call it the Topsy-Turver. It's going to bring fun, excitement, terror, the good stuff. I already have the plans. I'm just missing some materials and the jolly volunteers who can put it together. So what do you say? Ready to make history? Of course you are.
In need of volunteers to build his Topsy-Turver, Vex proceeds to kidnap the inhabitants of Craftworld and intends to force them to work for him.
The uproar is coming. You can't stop it. Craftworld will be mine!
At the last second, Sackboy is able to avoid Vex's pull and escapes with the plans for the Topsy-Turver. Using the map, Sackboy heads for the first destination and begins his big adventure. Upon landing, the player learns the basic controls and gameplay mechanics, such as moving, jumping, rolling, dancing, emoting, and of course, slapping your teammate off the cliff. The top right of the screen will show how many lives remain before the level fails. Moving forward, Sackboy will collect score bubbles found throughout the level. These will serve as a high score meter that will have 3 different thresholds to reach by the end of the level. Be careful though, as dying will result in the loss of some bubbles. Also found in each stage are collectibles, which are an in-game currency, and cosmetic items to alter Sackboy's appearance. Sackboy can withstand a single strike from an enemy without dying. Getting hit a second time will spend a life. But Sackboy can respawn, as well as heal, at specially marked checkpoints. As the player proceeds through the level, they will become familiar with environmental objects, gameplay mechanics, and discovering secrets. After a while, Sackboy will encounter a shiny blue Dreamer Orb. Out of nowhere, Scarlet appears and explains what these are. Hidden throughout each level are a certain number of Dreamer Orbs to discover.
It's a Dreamer Orb, jam-packed with pure creative energy straight from the Imagisphere. But you'll need more of them if you're going to make it up there. You are here to stop Vex, aren't you? Yes. But first, you need to know about the dark, foul energy of nightmares we call the Uproar. Vex is planning to fill the whole of Craftworld with it. For now, he's using it to block the way to the top of the mountain so no one can interrupt him. Luckily, there is one thing that can counter that nasty stuff, and you're holding it. So, seek out these orbs. They are the key to your journey, the key to your destiny, the key to... Well, you get the idea.
Just as strangely as she appears, Scarlet then leaves, and the level is complete. Upon completion, the bubble score will be ranked against the increasing tiers, and rewards will be earned accordingly. If playing on co-op, the player with the highest individual score will get an in-game trophy and photo op. Stealing the prize from the other player will reward a trophy. A completion screen at the end of each level will show the various objectives to get 100%. These include finding all Dreamer Orbs, finding all cosmetic items, reaching the top bubble score threshold, and completing the level without dying to ace it. If all are done, it will be marked with a golden label. Luckily, each level can be replayed as many times as needed to get anything you are missing, and doesn't need to be finished once the item is found. The exception is the no death run, which must be the full level from start to finish. We found it best to go for the collectible and high score run the first time, and then go back if we died. Because at that point, if you already have all the items, you can speed through it to the end. In between levels, Sackboy can explore the overworld map. This first world is the Soaring Summit. As Sackboy collects Dreamer Orbs, he can spend them to dispel Vex's uproar and unlock new parts of the map. Immediately found across the newly formed bridge is Zoom Zooms.
Hello, I am Zoom Zoom. You wish to change clothes? Buy fabulous new outfits? Huh? Ooh la la! You have come to the right place for it. Spend collectibles to purchase stupendous styles.
Here, the collectibles found throughout the game can be spent for new outfits and emotes. The player can purchase either a complete set or individual parts to customize their look. Within the wardrobe, the player can access any purchased or unlocked outfits and alter the color if desired. Completed looks can be stored with many slots available to save as a loadout. From here, Sackboy continues his journey through the Soaring Summit, with the same basic goals in each level. Each level will have a unique theme with different level designs, enemy encounters, score multipliers, and unique hazards to overcome. Some levels will have special hidden secret rooms with a puzzle to solve in exchange for a Dreamer Orb. As in any game with hidden objectives, be sure to immediately turn around at the start, like in Crash Bandicoot, to check for a missing item. Collecting all of the Dreamer Orbs in a single level will reward a sticker for Sackboy's Adventure Scrapbook. Some levels, such as the next one, Up for Grabs, will have 5 Dreamer Orbs to discover. Similar to being a sore loser, if you achieve the highest individual score, you can get another trophy for hitting the other player with your prize and being a sore winner. Sometimes, in between levels, special bonus stages will appear. These present a one-off opportunity to earn extra collectibles. As the name suggests, this level introduces a new item to find, keys, which are unique to the individual level and must be discovered to unlock a door to move forward. Completing this level, we'll see another strange encounter with the extremely odd Scarlet. She proceeds to discuss the famous Knitted Knights, which will come into play later on.
This is a knitted knight. It's a knitted knight's duty to defend this world from threats like Vex, a vile creature born of nightmares and dread, with the power of the uproar at his command. He can't be allowed to collect all the things he needs to finish his topsy-turver, and it starts by facing him at the top of this very mountain. So you better get going.
From here, the map splits with two potential options to take. Off the main story path will be the first co-op level of the game. Unlike the main story path, these special levels need a friend to complete, with unique mechanics that require teamwork, cooperation, and coordination. This level introduces another new item to discover. This is a golden cube related to the Knitted Knights. Also introduced is a Crash Bandicoot-like mechanic, in which Sackboy must run for his life as a massive enemy moves towards him. Completing the level will unlock new special levels associated with the Golden Cube. These are the Knitted Knight Trials, which are training grounds in which Sackboy must compete in time trials to earn Dreamer Orbs. There are 15 different time trials to complete, with a Golden Cube associated with each that are found in certain levels throughout the game. There are 3 different tiers, each with an associated orb as a reward. If playing on co-op, only one player needs to cross the finish line, so if one player falls to their demise, it's not over yet. Some levels, such as Treble in Paradise, will have environmental objects that move to the beat of a song. Unfortunately for this video, I won't be able to play the music, as it's copyrighted, with artists such as Bruno Mars. But, when playing, these were some of the best in the game, and were an awesome addition with great replay value, to just have some fun while dancing and jamming to the beat. Similar to the Knitted Knight trials, some levels, such as Ice Cave Dash, are remix levels. These are simply time trial levels, with 3 tiers to reach for Dreamer Orbs. At the start of Have You Heard, Sackboy encounters a new weird stranger, Gerald.
The cloth, the unusually large head. You must be a sackling. So rare to see one out in the wild. The name's Gerald Strudelgum. G'day, Craft World's top wildlife expert. The influence of the uproar is having all sorts of animalorious effects on the local fauna, like these poor scoodles. Maybe you can try herding as many as you can back into their pens. They'll thank you for it, you'll see. Go on, get as many of those scoodles safely into their pens as you can. Hey, Apps. Oh, no, Nick. Oh, as the uproar got in. Hey, Apps, don't make me. Oh, behave. Hey, abstain from your loutish behaviour.
He explains a new mechanic in which Sackboy must corral animals into a pen.
A truly tremendous feat of shepherding prowess. I will make a note of it in my book. Sacklings are natural-born herders. See?
Blowing Off Steam introduces a unique experience that sees Sackboy ride on the back of a train. He must defeat enemies along the way, while occasionally hopping off to discover items. One of these are broken pieces, which when combined will form a Dreamer Orb. Back in the overworld of the Soaring Summit, a side path will find a transport to a strange new world. The Kingdom of Crablantis is the third world of the game, but these levels technically count towards the Soaring Summit scrapbook. However, I will revisit these later when exploring Crablantis. Having a blast, we'll see Sackboy reach the top of the mountain and confront Vex head-on in the first boss fight of the game.
This is so moving. The brave Sackling, determined to save his dull little friends. Hope you didn't think you'd find them up here. No, they're hard at work on my topsy-turver, far, far away. But go on, I'll let you have a peek. Oh, look at them, beavering away, having the time of their lives. But they're going to need some coolant before they can make it work. And nothing cools like crisp mountain air. How do you like my new look? I know it's cruel, but I can't resist a nice... Ouch! Oh, that's it. Who knew sack folk could cause so much trouble? Not me! Oops! Hope these don't cause an avalanche. I'll strip this world to the bone, Sackboy! And there's nothing you can do about it.
Defeated, Vex retreats, and Scarlet manifests once again. She guides Sackboy in his journey, which sees him travel to the next world, the Colossal Canopy. Although the game allows you to replay from the boss fight, in order to ace the level, you must complete it without dying from the start. This isn't necessarily difficult, but does waste some time when you are eager to get back into the fray of battle if you accidentally die. Upon arriving at the Colossal Canopy overworld, Sackboy immediately encounters another Zoom Zoom shop. Each overworld will have a unique selection of purchasable items, so be sure to visit frequently to customize your look. From the start of sticking with it, Sackboy will encounter Mama Monkey, who somehow recognizes him.
Oi! It's you, ain't it? Sackboy! The one who's gonna stop Vex or Croak trying.
She provides some words of encouragement and sends him on his way. This level introduces a new mechanic to stick to walls and walk on them.
That's it. That's enough. That's no. Stop that. Getting on sorting those pesky Vex bugs. Have a banana. They bug me all right.
Later on, in a secret area, Sackboy will encounter Gerald, who provides a free Dreamer Orb.
Thank you, my friend. I thought that was the end of Gerald for sure. Here, if you get hungry on your travels, have a munch on this. Ooh, stop. I thought we were colleagues.
New in this level is a projectile weapon, the Boomerang. This can be used to defeat enemies, clear a path, or unlock the way forward. Slippery Slope presents a new and fun challenge, in which Sackboy will slide down the screen and try to grab items and bubbles along the way. This is another rhythm-based level, in which the enemies and environmental hazards move to the beat of the song. From the start, Mama Monkey requests Sackboy's help in finding all of her children. This introduces a new objective, which is to throw the hidden monkeys into safety containers.
Get up! That's... Stop! That's no way to behave.
Unfortunately, going bananas introduces one of my least favorite mechanics in any game, and that is an auto-scroller. Racing against the impending doom isn't really an issue though, and it was actually more frustrating at times having to wait for the screen to catch up. However, the real challenge lied at the end, where the second boss fight waits against the Banana Bandit. Wait For Me is another co-op level, with more cooperative and team-related mechanics. This time, Sackboy must save some sort of fat animal that is used to lower and raise platforms. In this level, the water level will rise and fall as a new hazard to overcome. Luckily, the boomerang makes a return to help Sackboy get through. As with the Soaring Summit, the Colossal Canopy has a secret path that will transport Sackboy to another world, but we will revisit that later. The home stretch introduced the ability to ground pound to release a temporary platform, which resulted in some risky maneuvers to cross before it retracted. Once again, Gerald can be found, and he will provide a free Dreamer Orb.
Yeah.
Peer Pressure is another co-op level, where the boomerang returns, complete with some tricky hazards to overcome with teamwork and coordination. Matter of Factory had a ton of falling platforms to overcome. Similar in style to Matter of Factory, this level though is a time trial run to speed through. With more than 50 Dreamer Orbs, Sackboy clears the uproar and moves closer to confronting Vex once more. After reacquiring the boomerang, Sackboy finds Vex, stealing bananas.
Oh, here he comes. Craftworld's biggest spoil sport. Why are you trying to ruin everyone's fun? Just look how much fun they're having, working together for a new, glorious future. And you want to take that away from your friends? Shame on you. So I'll just leave you with another taste of the uproar.
Vex shows Sackboy just how miserable his friends are. This enrages Sackboy, who must do battle with the vexed Mamapede, a giant centipede. With numerous sneaky underground strikes and angles of attack, this boss fight was the toughest yet to overcome without dying. With enough persistence, Sackboy emerges victorious, as Scarlet appears out of thin air yet again.
Told you I'd be keeping an eye on you. And I have to say, I was right. You got tons of potential. Even Vex can see that. So, where do you think he's haunting now? Ah, the kingdom of Crablantis, deep beneath the waves.
Ready for the next phase of his adventure, Sackboy heads for the kingdom of Crablantis. Before traversing the main overworld, Sackboy heads back to the soaring summit to reach the secret area of Crablantis first. For the first time, the DualSense controller's motion controls are utilized. Tilting the controller in different directions will move the platforms in various ways, with high or low speeds. While fun, this mechanic was definitely challenging, and a bit temperamental to not blast off at high speed straight at an enemy. The change of pace though was welcome, and I never mind gimmicks that use the controller's capabilities. From the start, Sackboy encountered another eccentric stranger, King Bogoff, who sells things no one would ever want.
A new customer! Welcome to Bogoff's Emporium of Flotsam and Jetsam. Only the finest tat at fairly extortionate prices. So, what will it be? Bag of broken TV remotes? Rusty bathtub? Used toothbrush?
To help Sackboy in his journey, King Bogoff presents him a swingamajig. This allows Sackboy to swing across gaps, pull platforms, and snatch and throw objects.
You won't get a bargain that way. Hurry up, lots of work to do. Save your energy for Vex. Oi, oi, save your energy. Oi, you won't get. Oi, pack that in. Save your energy for. You won't get. Oi, pack that in. How did you like that swingamajig, Sackboy? Well, I'm such an altruist, I've got something else for you. The greatest opportunity in the history of salvaging. It's a large-scale operation, so I'll need you to collect all the shiny, shiny treasures we come across.
In this level, King Bogoff needs help with his salvage operation. In exchange for finding treasure, Sackboy will receive Dreamer Orbs. The ride is another auto-scroller, in which Sackboy must hop off at times to grab items and fight off enemy invaders that jump on board. At times, bolts would rain down from the sky and could take out Sackboy in an instant, so acing this level was no joke and was a long ride, with no checkpoints to recover.
Watch out! It's Big Mo! Meanest fish in all the craft seas, and crab's his favourite food! He knew he didn't stand a chance against me! That's what I'm talking about! Get it!
The boomerang once again returns, but this time it is used to hit jellyfish that create platforms and alter different paths. This time, the swing-a-majig returns, in another co-op level. As the name suggests, a new bubble mechanic is introduced to jump between areas. In a secret area, Gerald once again provides a free Dreamer Orb.
Good to see you again, fellow explorer. You won't believe it, but ow, ow. Ow, 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 ow. Yeah, that's what a bite from Mo would feel like.
This level utilizes the swing-a-majig to grab bombs and clear a path forward. Waiting at the end is another tough boss fight against the Ruffled Ruffian. Coral Reef is another rhythm-based level with objects and enemies moving to the beat of the song. Following this, Sackboy will take on more of Crablantis' challenges. Before moving forward, to dispel the uproar, Sackboy utilizes the secret transport to head back to the soaring summit. These hidden levels were quite challenging and required many tries to get them down. In this level, the snow globe was a bit wonky to control, as it would boost like crazy and take off towards the edge. But it was fun to smash into enemies at full speed, you just had to be really careful. After some challenging moving obstacles to overcome, Sackboy confronts Vex once again.
I'm so glad you made it. Stealing all these tides is just no fun without an audience. There's no need for that. So come on, let's join forces and rebuild Craft World together. I know it's what your sack pals would want. See? My topsy-turver's almost done. Soon, the uproar will be everywhere, bringing chaos, excitement, and fear. You can't stop it, so why not be part of it?
As usual, Vex gloats and torments Sackboy before they do battle, this time against the Vextinguisher.
This isn't funny anymore. This packs a real punch. Want to see my secret fishing technique? Here it comes. Your worst nightmares are about to come true, and there's nothing you can do to stop me.
Defeated, Vex retreats, leaving Sackboy disappointed in letting him escape. To cheer him up, Scarlet appears out of thin air and encourages him as he prepares for the Interstellar Junction, a deep space world. Upon arriving, Sackboy encounters Naomi, an AI and overseer of the Interstellar Junction.
Ooh, a visitor! Welcome to the Interstellar Junction, Craft World's premier intergalactic port. I'm the non-aggressive overseer of massive intelligence, but you can call me Naomi. I've got just the thing to help. A pair of high-velocity, instantly rechargeable plasma pumps. Now with 100% more pew-pew! Perfect for all your world-saving needs. Now please proceed down the concourse. I hope you find your stay short and lethal.
To assist him in his journey, Naomi provides Sackboy with plasma pumps. Complete with boosters to glide and a blaster to wipe out enemies, this new accessory is a powerful new upgrade. Although there was an indicator of your position below your feet, it was at times difficult to tell exactly where you were positioned, and I would often fall to my death. Otherwise, Sackboy blasts and hovers his way through the level.
travelling companion. So good to see ya. If I look a tad nerviotic, it's because I found... Oh, there's that old... There's that old sackling impatience. There's that old sackling impatience.
This level utilizes a touchscreen-like mechanic to move objects and press buttons. Lead the Way sees the return of the fat animal from earlier, and it can again be used to weigh down objects and clear a path forward. The plasma pumps return, and is just what Sackboy needs to take down the next boss, the Electric Whirlwolf.
I don't know if you've noticed, but I've been feeling a little strange lately. Nothing to worry about, I'm sure. I mean, have I made any weird, off-color remarks? If I have, I'm really sorry. It's so embarrassing.
In Science Friction, Sackboy slides and teleports his way through, with more touchscreens and tricky hazards. As the name suggests, this level is full of conveyor belts, but also lasers, and very challenging platforming that requires precise timing to avoid taking damage. Set to Britney Spears' Toxic, this upbeat level was a ton of fun, but was also extremely difficult, as the electricity and narrow ledges presented quite a challenge, complete with a moving transport that could easily leave you behind if you weren't quick enough. From here, Sackboy discovers another secret path that takes him back to the colossal canopy. Although there is only one secret level, this was plenty, as Riverside Rumble saw Sackboy ride on a boat while constantly being bombarded with enemies and having to strategically hop off to collect items while returning in a timely manner to not be left behind. Once again, there was no checkpoint to restore health, so this presented the biggest hurdle to overcome, as the room for error was very limited and the journey was long. Back at the Interstellar Junction, This Way Up utilizes the sticky shoes and boomerang to travel along walls and zip between large gaps. Sackboy can use the boomerang as a makeshift teleporter and can warp quick enough to avoid damage if done properly. This was a really cool mechanic, but the trajectory of the throw was tough at times to get down, as the boomerang would miss or bounce off the nearby ledge, instead of moving towards the gel, resulting in many frustrating deaths. Another co-op level, Swipe Right, sees Sackboy utilize the sticky shoes and touchpads to team up for some new and creative mechanics to puzzle solve through the numerous hazards. Another dreaded auto-scroller, this level sees Sackboy hunted down by a relentless laser grid. The collectibles were well hidden, with little room for exploring before being struck down. Luckily, Sackboy has the plasma pumps at his disposal, but the platforming and parkour was no joke. Spaceport Dash is another time trial level, and after being chased down in the previous level, this was a breeze. Before clearing the uproar, Sackboy heads back to the Colossal Canopy and accesses the secret levels there that are within the Interstellar Junction. The struggle is real, and real, as Sackboy must traverse across numerous trains in an intense and action-packed challenge. This level is another musical adventure, with environmental hazards that move to the beat, but now with teleporters for an added layer of difficulty and timing. As Sackboy starts the level, Naomi's dark side is revealed.
You have reached the Stellatorium, Space Traveler, with amazing vistas of the entire Craftcosm. I hope you enjoyed your stay and can forgive the minor technical problems we've been experiencing. You are seeking Vex, my new master, bringer of chaos, overlord of the uproar. He is busy draining the stars of their light. See how we dwindle, one by one.
She is experiencing technical issues and proceeds to attack Sackboy, as she is under Vex's control. Although he had the plasma pumps, this boss fight was definitely the toughest yet to complete without dying. Naomi had many different attack patterns that required precise timing, and she would strike from below, while your eyes were focused elsewhere. But with a lot of practice and mastering the mechanics and enemy behavior, Sackboy emerges victorious and fixes Naomi's broken code.
Better. Thanks for clearing up my code, Space Traveler. I mean, what was all that about? Talk about acting crazy, right?
Unfortunately, things take a turn for the worse, as Vex shows up and reveals the truth.
Look at the witless walking sack now, lost and confused. Maybe the plans you stole will tell you what to do next. You know, the plans I carelessly dropped, the ones that led you all the way here. I needed someone pure, you see. Someone who could collect all those dreamer orbs. It's the only thing that can bring the topsy-turver to life.
It turns out, Vex has been using Sackboy the entire time, and proceeds to steal the dreamer orbs he worked so hard to collect.
But there's no point feeling sorry for ourselves. There's still work to do. Vex said he's going after the Tree of Imagination, which means traveling to the center of Craftworld itself. A machine can be turned off after all.
As usual, Scarlet arrives out of nowhere, and sends Sackboy to the center of Craftworld in pursuit of Vex. This new world is the final area of the game, and the difficulty spike was apparent right from the start. Sackboy must dig deep and utilize all skills and tricks he has learned throughout his journey. From the start, Vex ridicules Sackboy from afar in an attempt to hold him back.
Welcome, all eager passengers now waiting at Nightmare Station. A thrilling, terrifying, and twisted new craft world lies ahead. Tickets, please. Anyone caught without a ticket will be thrown overboard. The dining cart is now open. Today's special, Sackboy Mash with a side of minced oats and trees. End of the line, Sackboy. Bet you're feeling pretty pleased with yourself getting all the way here. But we're just getting warmed up.
Another co-op level, Double Down, sees Sackboy race against intense hazards, in which he must move in precise and speedy maneuvers to grant access to the second player. The rising tide returns in this level, with 5 keys to discover hidden throughout. As with the other levels in the center of Craftworld, the hazards are amped up, but the plasma pumps help him get by. Following this are more intense encounters, but Sackboy perseveres, despite a few hiccups along the way. Finally, Sackboy confronts the Vex Terminator in a boss encounter.
Kept things interesting, fighting right until the end, but it's over. So you made it to the center of Craftworld, and for what? To save your friends, to make things right again. It's too late. The Magosphere has already been cast into darkness. This is the land of uproar now, and I'm the god of nightmares who rules it. This is going to send shockwaves through the whole world. Ouch! Ouch! No! This can't be! This is my world! Mine!
Unfortunately, with the Topsy-Turver still operational, the adventure is not over yet. As always, Scarlet pops up with a few words of encouragement for the final fight against Vex. Before facing Vex, Sackboy must parkour and platform his way through Vex's unfair fairgrounds, complete with illusions, changing environments, and manipulation, all courtesy of Vex himself.
Welcome to Vex's Unfair Fairground. It's a groundbreaking spectacle. And today's prize, current supply. They're all for you. You weren't supposed to get that. Wait, that's a real prize. Ah, much better. See? This is a totally legitimate, definitely not real game of chance. You're not playing by the rules, Sackboy.
As Vex approaches the Tree of Imagination, time is running out.
There it is, the Tree of Imagination. Its roots go all over Craftworld, feeding it with creativity and life. And now, he's going to rip it out of the ground and put the topsy-turvy in its place. We have to do something. All right, why
You have said enough.
Vex strikes down Scarlet as Sackboy angrily pursues him one last time. What follows is an expansive level with multiple boss fights and dangerous hazards.
Let me lighten your load. Hey, leave the tipster alone. Staying still is so boring. Get cocky. I'm not done with you yet. This is it. The end of the line. The end of Craftworld. And the end of Sackboy. Look at that view! It's enough to drive you mad! How can you beat me? You can't catch me! You can't hold back the unbroken and our Sackboy! As long as there are dreams, there will be nightmares!
Eventually, Sackboy emerges victorious. Despite some final threats from Vex, he is defeated. At least for now. With the Imagisphere restored and the Sack folk safely returned, Scarlet dubs Sackboy an official Knitted Knight and protector of Craftworld as the celebration begins and the game ends. Or does it?
Sweet nightmares, Sackboy! Yeah!
It turns out that Vex's uproar is still having some lingering effects that must be dealt with, so Sackboy heads out to the Wonder Plane to deal with them. This world serves as endgame content and presents yet another difficulty spike, as the levels are extremely difficult and complex to complete without dying. These will truly test your mastery of the gameplay mechanics and platforming. Although the Wonder Plane is a smaller world than those previously encountered, it more than makes up for it in challenge. Each level tests your will and determination, with a different focus in each. Keep On Leaping On will test Sackboy's fortitude and mastery of the jumping and platforming mechanics. Best in Throw will test Sackboy's might and prowess with the boomerang, as 5 keys must be found contained within 5 unique encounters. In Full Swing, while fun at first, will challenge Sackboy's patience and persistence in a mastery challenge of the swingamajig. High and Mighty challenges Sackboy's willpower and determination, as his skill with the plasma pumps is put to the test. All that remains is Little Big Finale. Don't let the innocent and celebratory nature fool you. This was the ultimate challenge and barrier to completing all levels with the golden label. This long and complex level will see the return of some of the hardest environmental challenges that Sackboy encountered throughout his journey, back to back. While getting a gold label in all levels is not a requirement, we couldn't stop here with just one level left, even if this took hours to complete without dying. Eventually, Sackboy will reach the end, completing both the level and his big adventure. At this point, you will have all story-related trophies, with just the Knitted Knight trials left to complete. For trophy purposes, you don't need to 100% complete all levels throughout the game, but you do need to reach certain milestones. These include collecting all scrapbook stickers in a single world, earning a gold rank in any remix level, earning gold in any Knitted Knight trial, acing 30 different levels, earning 10 different gold labels, and earning a high score gold tier in 50 different levels. This is what makes Sackboy such a great game and experience for players of all ages and skill levels. Completing the game and enjoying the story can be reasonably done for beginner or intermediate gamers with enough practice, but for seasoned veterans of platformers, getting golden labels on all levels is a real challenge. Earning the Platinum Trophy is no walk in the park either, with a single Knitted Knight time trial likely to stand in your way, and that is the ultimate trial, the Rip Snorter. This extensive and highly difficult journey will take a ton of practice and patience to reach the end, as this is all previous 15 time trials back to back with no additional health or checkpoints. With only a single hit as room for error, the Rip Snorter is the ultimate display of Sackboy's platforming mastery and worthiness as a Knitted Knight. A gold rank must be earned for the trophy, so prepare for a lengthy grind to the top. Otherwise, the remaining trophies are mild in comparison. These include some that must be achieved with a friend in multiplayer co-op. Some are earning the top score, dancing together, high-fiving, carrying a teammate through a Knitted Knight time trial, defeating Vex together, and saving a friend from certain doom, just to name a few. Another section of trophies are associated with collectibles and customization. These include getting costume pieces for your wardrobe, customizing your costume layout, customizing your emotes, finding all Gerald vocations, and finding secret hidden objects in certain levels, such as fish, a paintbrush, or umbrella. The final part to earning the Platinum Trophy are combat and adventure-related trophies. These include miscellaneous tasks that are likely to be earned naturally, such as collecting full bubble chains, collecting bubbles while sliding, holding a beehive for 60 seconds, bouncing off enemies 30 times, stunning 30 enemies, and throwing enemies to their doom, just to name a few. Overall, Sackboy was a wonderful adventure that is best enjoyed with a friend, but is a great time no matter how you play. The environments were bright and beautifully colorful, with an amazing assortment of accompanying music that added to the immersion and fit perfect within each world's theme. Each level was unique, with excellent design and layout, with vividly detailed and incredible looking graphics. The sounds coming from the DualSense controller, such as slapping noises and character vocalization, provided an extra layer to the immersion. The gameplay mechanics were diverse, with countless different enemies and environmental hazards to overcome, but with a few tricks and gadgets to help along the way. Unfortunately, at times, the gadget controls were a bit glitchy, as I would oftentimes make the motion to throw a boomerang, but nothing would throw, or I would reach my arm out to grapple, only for the swingamajig to seemingly malfunction, dropping me to my death and ruining a potential aced run. Although it was hilarious to squeak as you jumped off a teammate's head, it did create at times an additional unintentional hazard, as trying to move in tandem or occupy small spaces together was cumbersome and wonky. At times, you may try to grapple across a gap, but will grab your teammate instead of the ledge. However, you just had to adjust for spacing and learn the nuances of moving together, and getting the timing down to avoid spiking a friend or rolling them unexpectedly. The motion controls were fun, but not practical when trying to move precisely or quickly. Luckily, these can be adjusted to utilize the right thumbstick instead, which was a much better option when playing more seriously, such as in the time trials. Sackboy is a lighthearted, fantastic, and wholesome adventure that is a must-play for any fan of 3D platformers. The game can be enjoyed by players of all skill levels, but don't let its cute, childish, and happy-go-lucky appearance fool you. Some levels are no joke, and going for all gold labels is a worthwhile and rewarding experience for even the most advanced gamers. The game is simply a fun time throughout, with positive vibes, upbeat music to jam to, and charming characters. With so many customization options available, anyone can give Sackboy their own personal touch. I highly recommend this game, as it is one of the best early exclusives on the PlayStation 5. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time for Platinum Review number 7.
Blood everywhere, suckers! Oh.